All right, number 3, this is the one the other day in class I hinted to it very strongly. We would probably see these ideas here. And this is where you're given a variable, an unknown value. And, it could be any number, but because there's an equal sign here, there's really only one number that's going to make this true. And the statement that this is essentially saying is some number, d, we don't know what it is, if you multiply that by 5 over 7, it is 15. So 15 is the number, the mystery number d times 5 over 7. So if we can just get rid of this 5 over 7, then we're going to be left with whatever d is. And we need to get rid of the 5 over 7 here as well. Another way to think about it is this mystery number d is multiplied by 5 and then divided by 7. And when we do that, we're going to be left with 15. If we multiply some number by 5, then divide it by 7, we're left with 15. Very few people can do this kind of math in their head, but we can certainly come up with a way to get it. So here's my why did I draw 15? Oh, well, we'll do that there. 15 is, remember equals means is, 15 is 5/7. Let me do that in another color so I can separate where everything is. 5/7 times d. Okay, so I'm being very specific with my definition here. The number 15 is 5/7 times d. So if we want to turn 15 into just d, we have to get rid of this 5/7. Well, just like any time you multiply a number by something, you also divide a number. You can divide it by the same thing to get rid of it. So I'm going to divide this by 5 over 7, and that's going to get rid of this right here. So I'll just be left with d, because 5/7, kind of like I said in question number 1 when we were doing the unit rate conversions, or the rate conversions. 5/7 divided by 5/7 is 1, so you can just get rid of it right there. All right, but you also have to do the same over here to 15. Now, what is 15 divided by 5/7? I'm going to do it over here on the side. 15 divided by 5 over 7. Well, there's so many strategies to do it. If you don't remember how to divide by fractions, look at my videos, look at the test review, specifically the team test review. But I'm going to go with the fastest way to do it, which is just 15. We're going to say that equals 15 times 7 over 5. Where did I get 7 over 5? It's the reciprocal of this number right here. If I divide by a fraction, I can just multiply by that reciprocal. 15 stays the same. The first factor stays the same, but the divisor, that gets flipped. And I think you might remember from class, instead of figuring out 15 times 7 and then dividing that number by 5, let's do 15 divided by 5 first, which is just 3, and then multiply it by 7. 3 times 7 equals 21, and that's our answer. All right, and let's check it with our calculator here. If I do, this should work, if I do 5 times 21 is 105 divided by 7 is 15, so we got it. So that was A. We're going to do the same thing for all 3 of them, so I'll label that as A. B over here, I'll do it right here, says some number times 4, or 4k, some number k times 4 is 12. So 12 is made up of some number times 4. Now this one I bet you could do in your head, because 12 has to be the product of 4 and some number. Well, 4 times what number is 12? We could probably right now say the answer is 3. All right, but you're not allowed to do that on my test. You have to show me your work. We need to shed this 4 off of the k, so we're left with just k. And we need to also shed the 4 off of the 12, so this, we know what k equals. All right, so how do we take 4 off of k? Well, if it's 4 times k, so if it's 4 times k equals 12, then we can divide by 4 to be left with just k. But then we also have to divide 12 by 4 as well, right? Because we can shed the 4 off of here, and so we're going to be left with just k. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. And that's the work that I want to see, which equals k. So you'd say k equals 12 divided by 4, which equals 3. Let me do that one more time just so you can, that was really, really screwy, sorry. You would do 4k divided by 4, cross those out, equals 12 divided by 4. Then you would just write k equals 12 over 4, which equals 3. And that is the kind of answer that I want to see. Last one, finally, C. Some number times 1/3 is 9. Whatever this number is, if I multiply it by 1/3, it is 9. All right? So again, we want to get rid of this 1/3. We want to get rid of the 1/3 here as well, because 9 is 1/3 times some number. So we need to get rid of the 1/3 off of this 9 here. So we do it by dividing by 1/3. Remember our dividing fraction strategy. W, so now we're left with just the mystery number, is 9 divided by 1/3, which is the same as 9 times 3/1, which is the same as 9 times 3, which is the same as 27. So W is 27. There's your answer there.